Hey everyone, welcome to Practically. We bring learning alive. Now today we are going to do 5 most important questions. Okay, so today we are going to cover carbon and its compound, and we are selected 5 most important questions for you which are very helpful in your CBSE Term 2 board exam. I hope you are preparing very well, and let's quickly start this 5 most important questions. So this is for term 2 and this is chemistry, and carbon and its compound is the chapter name. Okay. Now, diamond and graphite show different physical properties although they are made up of carbon and show same chemical properties. What is the property called? Okay. So they directly ask you what the property is called. Okay. How? First of all, they are saying diamond and graphite. They are showing different physical properties, like diamond is very hard but graphite is not. Okay, diamond is a bad conductor of electricity but your graphite is a good conductor of electricity. So the physical properties are different. Okay, but both are made up of carbon, both contains carbon. So what that property is called? That property is called what? Do you know what that property is called? That is called allotropy. Okay, carbon has 3 allotropes. What are that? First of all, graphite, diamond and Buckminster fullerene, or simply you can say fullerene. Fullerene is what? C60, carbon 60. Okay, so graphite, Buckminster fullerene and diamond, these are the 3 allotropes of carbon. In that we can see that the element is same, or the or you can say it is made up of same kind of element, that is carbon, but their properties are different. Okay, like as I have already told you, diamond is hard but graphite is soft. So there are different physical properties. Okay, next, so let's see the answer, how to write this answer. The property is called allotropy. The physical properties are different because the carbon-carbon bonding in both the cases vary. Now if you think about why diamond is a bad conductor or why diamond is hard than your graphite, so the reason is due to their structure. If I talk about carbon structure, then carbon is bonded with the 4 other carbon atoms, that is tetrahedral structure, like this. This carbon is attached with other 4 carbon. Due to this bonding, the diamond is very hard. But if I talk about graphite, then there is one free electron. Okay, one free electron, and this carbon is only bonded with other 3 carbon atoms. So here you can see the bonding is different in diamond and in graphite. So that's why due to this free electron, it is a good conductor of electricity, and due to there is unavailability of your free electron, it is a poor conductor of electricity. Okay, so the bonding varies, that's why the physical properties also varies. In diamond, one carbon atom is bonded with 4 other carbon atoms, as I already told you. While in graphite, each carbon forms 2 strong bonds with other 2 carbon, and 1 weak bond is formed with the 3rd carbon, and form hexagonal ring which side over each other, so it is soft. So it is forming what? It is soft. The reason is because of its structure. Because the graphite has hexagonal structure, it will slide it over, and that's why it is soft. Okay, next, draw the possible isomer of compound with molecular formula C3H6O and also give their electron dot structure. Now this question is very important for your isomers. Okay, what are isomers? They are having same molecular formula but different in structures, correct? So you need to draw all the possible isomers of your C3H6O, and you also have to form the electron dot structure. So what is the electron dot structure? You just make the compound in the form of electrons, correct? This is the electron dot structure. So here if you can see that propanol and propanone are the 2 possible isomers of your C3H6O. So 3 carbons. Okay, now H6 and 1 oxygen. So what I have done, I attached an oxygen with the 2nd carbon. Okay, now satisfy the valency, CH3, CH3. Okay, now what is that? That is your propanol. Okay, now if I put like this, CH3, CH2, C, double bond O, H. So how many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3. How many hydrogens are there? 3, 2, 4, 5 and 1, 6. So C3, H6 and 1 O. And what is that? This is your CHO group. CHO means aldehyde. Aldehyde is what? Al. So it is 3 carbon, that's why prop, and single bonded, that's why ane, and here the aldehyde group is there, so L. So prop anal. Okay, so propanol is this. And why it is called propanol? Because 3 carbon are there, so prop. Here on second carbon we are getting this one, that is ketone. Okay, ketone suffix is what? On. O-N-E. So propanol. And ane is for what? For single bonds. Okay, so propanol. Now electron dot structure of propanol and propanol. Now what we have done, we just remove those bonds and represent these bonds in the form of electrons. If you just see this, how this bond is formed. When this carbon share its 1 electron and this carbon share its 1 electron, that's why this bond is formed. So just remove this bond and we can put 2 electrons. So 2 electrons we can put over here. So this is how, if you are removing high sparkling star, ma'am, we are not able to see red color. Okay, okay. I'll just change the color. I'll just change the color. Okay. So here, look, I will write this again so that you can easily see. Okay. I'm searching for duster. I'll explain it again so that it is clear. Thanks, Pranati, for telling me this. Okay. Now let's see again. Okay. For propanol and propanol are the 2 possible isomers of your C3H6O. So C3H6O, I hope it is visible now. I hope it is visible. Hi Lucky. So C3H6O. Here, if you can see, how many carbons are there? 3 carbons. So 1, 2, 3. How many hydrogens are there? 6 hydrogens are there. So 3 I can put here, 3 I can put here. And 1 oxygen is there. So it is attached with the second carbon. Now make the single bond. So what is this? This is called propanol. Why it is called propanol? On is the suffix of your ketone. Ane for single bond. That means alkane. Single bond. That means alkane. And prop means what? Prop means 3 carbon. Prop means what? 3 carbon. So 3 carbon, single bond, ketone. That's why on is there. What about propanol? Again, prop means 3 carbon. N means single bond. Al is what? Aldehyde. If I want to draw the structure, so 3 carbons. Here, double bond O, H, CH3 and CH2. So what is that? Prop anal. Al is the suffix of your aldehyde group. Okay. For aldehyde, we use the suffix as al. Al. And for your what? Like for alcohol, we use ol. OL. So remember these things. These are the small things. And for electron dot structure, just remove the bond, put the electrons, and here is the electron dot structure of the particular compound. Okay. Next, what are the properties of carbon that lead to the huge number of carbon compound we see around us? So we have a separate branch for studying carbon and its compound that we call as organic chemistry. Correct? So why it is forming such a large number of compound that we have made a different separate branch for studying only these carbon compounds? What is the main property? why it is forming so much of bonds, why it is forming so much of compound. So the property is catenation and tetravalency. What is catenation? Catenation is the self-linking or self-combining capacity of a particular element. So carbon has the self-linking capacity. This property is called as catenation. What do you understand by the term tetravalency? Tetra means 4. Valency means it can share 4 electrons. Okay. So tetravalency. So it is forming 4 bonds. How? Because of the 4 valence electron. Tetra means 4. It is having 4 valency, that is why it is called tetravalent. So the two reasons why the carbon compound lead to the huge number of compounds, the reason is catenation and tetravalency. Why carbon and its compound used as a fuel in most cases? Look, carbon compounds contain carbon. Okay, so carbon and hydrogen both are there. So when you burn it, then what will happen? What will happen? It will give you carbon dioxide and water as well. So here, whenever carbon compounds are burned, it will give you carbon dioxide and water. The reason is due to their high calorific value. So carbon and compound used as a fuel due to its high calorific value. Okay. What is the homologous series? Explain with an example. We know that in a homologous series, we have the same functional group, and each one of, if I take two alternative or two adjacent compounds, then they have the difference of CH2 and 14U mass. They are differ by CH2 or 14U mass. Okay, so this is how you need to write the answer, but how? Let's see once. Catenation is the self-linking capacity to form long chain, and tetravalency are the two properties of carbon which lead to the formation of a large number of compound. This is how you should write. Next, why are carbon and compound used as a fuel in most cases? Because it gives us heat, energy, light when they are burnt in air, and this is mainly because carbon compound have greater calorific value. That's why it is used as a fuel. Okay. Consequently, carbon and its compound are used as a fuel because they have high calorific value. It gives us lot of heat and energy and light. That's why we are using them as a fuel. What is homologous series? The series of organic compound having same functional group, similar chemical properties. If functional groups are there, if same functional groups are there, then they are having same chemical properties. Remember that. So if you are given any hydrocarbon, let's say CH3OH, this is the hydrocarbon you have given. Okay, so C2H5OH we can take C2H5OH. Okay, so C2H5OH is a hydrocarbon. Now can you tell me which part of the hydrocarbon will tell about the physical properties and which part of this hydrocarbon will tell about the chemical properties? So this functional group part, will tell about the chemical property, and this part will tell about the physical properties, like your atomic mass. What will be the mass of that organic or that particular hydrocarbon? So this is how you can identify which part of the hydrocarbon will tell about the physical property and which part will tell about the chemical property. So these, due to the same functional group, they are having same chemical property. Remember this. Okay. Next, the difference in molecular weight between two successive members is 14U, and the difference of the two hydrocarbon is what? CH2 group. If you take any alkane series, let us say CH4 and C2H6, okay, C2H6, these are both successive members of your homologous series. Now if you want to calculate the difference, so H6 minus H4 will give you H2, C2 minus C1 will give you C, so CH2 comes out to be the difference. Now if I want to calculate the mass, so CH2, that is carbon is 12, hydrogen is 1 into 2, that gives you 14. So 14U is the mass difference between two successive members of your homologous series. Remember this thing. Okay. This is how you need to write your answer. Now, what are hydrocarbons? Simple. When there is carbon and hydrogen compound, they are called as hydrocarbon. Write the name and general formula of saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon. What are saturated hydrocarbon? Saturated hydrocarbon are those which are single bonded. The carbon which is single bonded. So, carbon-carbon single bond is what? Your saturated hydrocarbon. If there is a double bond or triple bond between two carbon atoms, then they are called as what? They are called as what? Unsaturated hydrocarbons. Hi TG Gaming. Okay. So, saturated hydrocarbons are what? They are alkanes, and unsaturated hydrocarbon are what? Which are having double bond or triple bond, that is alkene and alkyne. Okay. Now, and draw the structure of one of the hydrocarbon of each type. I can just we draw the structure of these hydrocarbon. Let's see the structures for let's say your first of all alkene. Which alkene? Methane we can take. For methane, that is your CH4. So, one carbon, 4 hydrogens. This is the structure of methane. What about ethene? If I want to draw ethene, eth means 2 carbons. So, 2 carbon, ene means double bond. How many hydrogen should be there? So, this is the structure of your ethene. What about ethyne? Ethyne. Eth means 2 carbon, triple bond. So, this is what? Ethyne. Now, CH. This is the structure of ethyne. Okay. So, alkane, alkene and alkyne. These are the structure of different saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Now, last question. Explain why carbon form compounds mainly by covalent bond. Explain in brief 2 main reasons for carbon forming a large number of compounds. So, what is the reason behind this formation of large number of compounds? Again, the same thing comes. That is your catenation and tetravalency. So, why they are forming covalent bond only? Why not ionic bond? This is also the question. Why carbon is forming only covalent bond, not ionic bond? Look, if we see this carbon atom, then what is the atomic number? 6. So, what will be the electronic configuration? 2, 4. Now, it is having 4 valence electron. Let us draw the electron dot structure. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the electron dot structure of carbon. Now, it is forming covalent bond. Why not ionic? How ionic bond is formed? When the electron is transferred. Okay. And how covalent bond is formed? When the electrons are shared. Now, if this carbon donate this electron, these 4 electrons, if this carbon donate, then it will left with only 2 electrons. Okay, it will left with only 2 electrons. But before transferring or before gaining, you need to provide a very high amount of energy so that these 4 electron can lose. Okay, so when you give such a high amount of energy to lose these 4 electron, from where will you get that energy? First thing. Okay, but let's say this is about what? Losing 4 electron. What about gaining 4 electron? If carbon gains 4 electron, then what will happen? If it gains 4 electron, then how many electron it will have? That is 2, 6, 2, 8, not 6. Why? Because it is gaining 4 electron. So 2, 8. Now, if you can see this, 8 electrons are there, total electrons are 10. Now there are 6 protons and there are 10 electrons. How these 6 protons will hold these 10 electrons? This is the main thing. Now, in the nucleus, inside that nucleus, 6 protons are there. And outside the nucleus, how many electrons are there? 10 electrons. How these 6 protons will hold these 10 electrons? This is the big question. So, what they can do? They will neither gain nor lose the electron. What they will do? They will share these electrons. so that they can complete their octet. How they will share? This is carbon, 4 electron. How many hydrogen? 4 hydrogens. 1 they will share. Now this hydrogen is completed. Okay. And now if you count the number of electrons in carbon, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay. Now the octet is complete. So this is how it will share the electron. And this is why the reason it will form covalent bond, not ionic bond, because it is not capable of losing or gaining 4 electrons. Okay. I hope this is clear. So this is how you need to write the answer. It could gain 4 electron forming C4 anion, but it would be difficult for the nucleus to hold the 6 proton on the 10 electrons. Okay. It could lose 4 electrons forming C4 positive cation, but it would require a large amount of energy to remove 4 electron from the outermost shell. Okay. Remember these things. These are very, very important. What are the topics today we have covered are important, like isomers. These all topics are very, very important. Functional group, homologous series. In today's class, we have completed all these. Okay. So, isomers, functional group, homologous, basics about carbon, how it forms, carbon bonding, we can say, carbon bonding. These are very important topics of your carbon and its compound. Okay. And you have seen that in these questions, we find that these are very tricky to write, because if someone asks you what is hydrocarbon, then you know that the carbon and hydrogen, but how to write that answer? This is more important. Okay. Because it's a subjective paper and you need to remember each and every keyword so that you will gain good marks. Okay. Or full marks. It is very easy to catch the good marks, but only the main factor is if you know how to write that answer. Okay. So I hope this is very, very helpful for your term 2 exam, and we will be back soon with the next session of your periodic classification of element. Till then, bye bye. Thank you and prepare very well. Okay. Bye.